90.3 WHPC, the world-famous Duprees. Is there any other group better than the Duprees? No, I say. I know I've probably ticked off a bunch of groups by now, but I don't care. I'm going to say that I am probably the biggest Duprees fan ever, and that's The Sky's the Limit. Before that, it was Johnny Maestro, The Brooklyn Bridge, Little Bitty Pretty One, and Tommy Sullivan, Beyond the Bridge, the name of his tribute to Johnny Maestro and the Brooklyn Bridge, and their version of The Worst That Can Happen. Now, as I mentioned before, the place you want to be is Brookside School, February 11th. It's a 3 p.m. show, so it's a perfect show time, because after that you can go get something to eat and, relax and enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. This is an incredible show. A cappella by the Tribunes, the Fireflies, Cleveland Still and the Dubs, Larry Chance and the Earls, and the world-famous Duprees. And on the phone is one of the world-famous Duprees, the world-famous Tony Testa. Hey, Tony.
Hi, Steve, but I thought I was only going to give you $20 to say. Now I owe you 40.
Wait, I thought it was 40 and we were going up to 60.
Whatever you want, you got it.
Listen, I know I say it all the time, but I love the sound of the Duprees. You guys, harmonies are amazing. Your steps are amazing. I mean, I don't know how anybody has never seen the Duprees, because if they haven't, there's something wrong with them. You guys are a phenomenal group.
Well, you know what? Seriously, it goes back to when I took over the Duprees, when Michael Arnone, the original member, asked me to come back and fix it in his words. I was destined to, and I was committed to keeping this, and I told him this years before he passed away. I'm committed to keeping the sound of the Duprees pristine to the way it was back in 1962, and in not only in form and harmony and music, but in presentation. And it's been a labor of love for over 30 years now.
Well, I got to tell you, you guys do an incredible show. And, Tommy Patello, phenomenal job on lead. And that's the other thing. Everybody in the Duprees sings lead. Tommy Patello does a majority of it. Then you got Phil, who does that unbelievable Jackie Wilson medley, and Jimmy Spinelli, who does a couple of songs, and you come out and do some songs. It's just a great act.
Well, I believe in show business in the kind of like the old-fashioned way. You're not only up there to sing songs, you're there to entertain people. And that is comprised with singing songs, obviously, but making people remember, making people feel happy, and maybe even touching some memory banks that maybe even make them feel sad at times. But those memories are all good. They're all good memories, and when they come out again, it's like cathartic. It's like it becomes a cleansing. And I get these responses all the time from people. You brought me right back, and you made me remember this, and you made me remember that. And that's when I say to myself, mission accomplished,
It's funny because I believe that's what it's about. It's people want to go and remember where they were when they first heard You Belong to Me and Why Don't You Believe Me and Have You Heard and all those great Duprees songs.
Right.
And it takes them back to where they were 30, 40 years ago, or even, the younger generation that likes this music.
Yeah.
Which is great to see in the audience. You got them from young to old. We see it all the time.
We see it all the time, and it's really simple. Why? Because I get this question all the time. The answer is that it's good music, it's relatable, you can understand the words, and it's emotional.
Yep.
I mean, what's better than that?
Sing the Duprees live in concert.
Well, there you go. And, this one's going to be special. We know Norm Wasserman for a long, long time. And when you just look up at the marquee about this show, it's going to be his 30th anniversary concert. What in this world lasts more than 3 years, let alone 30? So he's doing it right, and he's doing it right with this show. I'm so proud that we're part of this show. He's
been around doing shows longer than most marriages.
Yeah, he's been around longer than shoes I have.
I've 30 years. I guess I probably know Norman at least maybe 25 of those 30 years.
Yeah, I knew him when he was young and handsome. Now he's old and rich.
Wait, are you saying he's not handsome anymore?
What?
I said, are you trying to say he's not handsome anymore?
Oh, no, he's adorable.
Well, so let's go back. The Duprees started in Jersey City. Now, here's the funny thing. Everybody in the Duprees lives in Jersey except Jimmy Spinelli.
Well, yeah, he was born in New York, as I was, by the way. I was born in Queens, New York, but I've lived in Jersey most of my life. But, his lovely wife, Kathy, works in New York, so it's been that kind of thing. In addition to that, I think he really loves paying, all those tolls coming over those bridges. He must love it because they're unbelievable.
Yeah, but, he has the Easy Pass, so he gets the discount. That's what he really likes.
Yeah, especially the, what do you call it, the senior citizen Easy Pass.
Yeah. When Jimmy lived in Woodbury, Jimmy and I would travel to some of the Duprees gigs when I was, the ones that I would sell the merchandise at. Right. And I have to tell you, we would laugh from the minute we got in the car to the minute we got to the job, and then the ride back home. He is really very funny.
He's not only funny, he's probably one of the most genuine, down-to-earth, really nice people I've ever known in this business, especially. And it's a joy to work with him. Absolutely a joy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So, of the Duprees catalog, whether it's something, an original Duprees song, excuse me, I'm getting choked up just thinking about this, or something from one of the newest CDs, what do you want to play?
Oh, my goodness. It's when someone is asked and they have a few kids, which is your favorite child. I really have enjoyed producing all of our CDs with, thank God, with Marc Maron's arranging skills. He's just been incredible for us. I have favorites on all of the CDs. I'll tell you one that is my favorite.
Okay.
Tommy Patillo performance. Okay, it's on our CD called As Time Goes By. It's the last cut. It's called Time After Time, and his performance on that recording brought me the chills when we were recording him, and still to this day when I listen to it. It's just that, first of all, it's an incredible love song, but he brings such strength and passion to it. It's unbelievable. Maybe that's my own opinion, but right off the cuff, that's my answer.
On the phone with me is the timeless Tony Testa. Like that introduction?
Timeless? How about ageless?
Okay. The Duprees will be part of Friend Entertainment USA's 30th anniversary concert Sunday, February 11th at the Brookside School, starring...
You know what's really great about this, Steve?
Right.
And we've started doing more and more concerts like this, and thank God Norm has brought on to this concept, doing a Sunday afternoon show. Our fan base, we're getting older. They're not 30, 40, or 50 anymore. And to be able to go out on a Sunday afternoon for a 3 o'clock show, knowing you can be back even home in bed by 6, it's kind of cool.
Home in bed by 6.
What you do in bed is another story.
Then they can get out and go get some dinner.
Sure, you can do whatever.
Well,
it's a great concept.
No, it really is, and it's a great show. Besides the Duprees, you have the Fireflies, Larry, Chance, and the Earls. How crazy is Larry?
Larry's such a dear friend of mine. We, both of us, good news, bad news, good news. We both had a problem with our vocal cords due to the C word many years ago. Literally at the same time, underwent, the proper procedures to cure it and everything. And thank God, each of us are still alive and well and kicking. Especially, I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, and still performing.
The treasure of this business. He really is.
We have a cappella by the Tribunes, which is a great Long Island-based a cappella group, and Cleveland Still and the Dubs.
And what's great about Cleveland is that he's still doing it.
Yeah, he's. I mean, just the Dubs. Think about the hits the Dubs had. I mean, this is a star-studded show when you think of the hit factor.
Yeah, it's a great lineup, and I honestly can't say that about a lot of shows that we're included on, but this one is really special, and even with not only the Fireflies and Larry and Cleveland Stills, but the other, like for instance, Denise Sergi. She's a wonderful talent.
Oh, most people have no idea how talented she is.
Well, if they come to the show, they're going to find out, along with Kayla Stockert.
Yes. Kayla's been around. I think I could be wrong. I think Norman was one of the first people to put her on a show when she was a little bit.
Don't give him more credit than he deserves. Wait a minute, stop.
And again, kudos to Norman Wasserman who put this together, because it's difficult to plan a show because you got to think with what's going to put the keisters in the seats, and you can't go with your heart with what you like. It's a combination of both.
Yeah.
So it's a very tough job, but by God, Norman Wasserman did it. People who are interested in tickets, they can call him at 631-698-9696. And it's going to be an incredible show. Now, I want to talk about something that you guys put on the 50th anniversary CD.
Okay.
The End of Our Song.
Oh, God. The way that came about.
I was just going to ask, how did that come about?
Okay, obviously, it's a song that I wrote, goodness gracious, about 30 years ago. And when I was putting together the tunes for the 50th anniversary, I said, the first 6 songs I want to re-record, You Belong to Me and Have You Heard and all the rest. And the next 6 are kind of like a representation of who we've become for more than 30 years, because that's what our fans love. So a couple of guys said, hey, why don't we put your song on there? So I was reluctant, but then I talked to Marc Maron, a musical arranger, and with his expertise, we put together, I think he did a great arrangement of it. It's a song that depicts not the most pleasant time of my life years ago, but I hope people like it.
Well, it's a great song, and I want to thank you for spending some time. You've probably been on my show more than anybody else, and I appreciate that. Whenever I call you, you're always there.
The check, by the way.
The check's in the mail.
Oh, there you go.
Now, real quick, you're going to be back on my show in the future because there's a book coming out which is going to be phenomenal. So people need to keep their eye out for that, and we're going to get you. Maybe we could arrange to get you in the studio one day, which would be awesome.
Absolutely.
We could spend a bunch of time together and
sure.
And stuff, and really scratch the surface. So
it'd be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. But in the meantime, people can see you, Jimmy, Tommy, and Phil, and the Duprees Orchestra, and Larry Chance, and the Earls, and the Fireflies, and the Cleveland Still, and the Dubs, and Kayla, and Denise, and the Tribunes. This is an incredible show. February 11th. It's going to be here before you know it. You blink your eye, that's it.
Really?
3 p.m. It's a great show. For more information, give Norman Wasserman a call, 631-698-9696. 30 years, all I have to say is, Norman, here's to another 30 years, man. You deserve it. You've done a great job keeping this music alive.
This show sounds so good. I think I'm going to call him myself for tickets. Okay.
Maybe I'll give you a discount because you're performing.
He'll probably charge me more.
You know what? I'll put a word in with Norman for you.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Tony, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys on the 11th. I'm going to play the End of Our Song, and the way that you guys end every show. You belong to me. Thank you so much, buddy. I will see you on the 11th.
Thank you, Steve. Continued success. You do a great, great job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.